Hey there boys and girls, luckySkillFaker here, and welcome back to another Battlefield 4 video. This time we're talking about Battlefield 4 versus Titanfall, and we are not going to declare a real winner here. We're just basically going to have a little discussion about the topic, because Titanfall is just right around the corner. I think one more month and the beta is starting soon. Battlefield 4 on the other hand has been out for a couple of months now, and we'll be talking about the general gameplay aspects of both games, and also how they're going to may compete in sales or just like in the popularity on YouTube, especially also compared to Call of Duty. But yeah, I would say let's get this going. So both games are obviously shooters. I mean, it's pretty clear. You got a gun and you're shooting, and that's basically the core gameplay mechanic behind it. Also, both games kind of support up to almost like over 40 players. I think Titanfall up to 48 and Battlefield up to 64. Yet again, Titanfall only has 6 versus 6 real players, while Battlefield 4 can handle 32 versus 32. Also, Battlefield 4 takes a little bit more of a realistic take on the whole thing with its mechanics like the bullet drop and bullet velocity and all that stuff. You got a massive scale of vehicles and just overall the I don't know, the helis and the tanks, and there's just so much to do. There's so many possibilities, and there's really a lot of stuff going on. It's basically never getting boring. Titanfall, on the other hand, is basically kind of a newer shooter, more of an arena type shooter, while Battlefield is more of a tactical and team play shooter. So it's one of those games, and it definitely looks a little bit like Modern Warfare 2 if we're just taking a closer look at the gun mechanics, because there's no such thing as bullet velocity or bullet drop and stuff. So, as some might say that this is bad because it's not as realistic, it's not aiming for realism at all, so I don't think it might be it will be a problem, because I think like this the game will probably work better. Also, Titanfall introduces lots of like other cool stuff, for example the parkour, and it's probably one of the first games that will probably only successfully implement the usage of mechs, because there have been a couple of mech games around before, but yeah, those Titan things never really were that popular. But I feel like in Titanfall this might actually change, and it feels like a more fast-paced shooter, while Battlefield, on the other hand, is more of a slow-paced shooter. And yet again, even though Titanfall has less players, there's still lots of stuff going on because it's filled up with the AI. I mean, I know that Battlefield 4 has lots more players, but we also have lots more problems with Battlefield 4 since, I mean, with all the netcode issues, the hitbox issues, the destruction, yeah, the movement issues, I mean. So it's kind of hard to tell. Also, it depends. It's really interesting to see which of those games might be like the next big thing on YouTube. So even though we do not want to admit it, Call of Duty is not only in sales but also on YouTube still like the biggest game around. Battlefield has been growing a lot since the release of Bad Company 2, especially during Battlefield 3, and now with Battlefield 4 it kind of got a little bit of it down, because I mean the game still isn't finished and it has lots of problems, and it turned lots of people down. I mean, newer players who just had it like for the first time playing Battlefield, or who recently switched over from another game, they are enjoying the game, but they really screwed over most of their hardcore fans, and they're not really playing the game anymore. Now don't get me wrong, I love Battlefield. I think it has great potential. I mean, if everything would be working fine, it would definitely be one of the most, or the best FPS shooters out there, and it would definitely be one of my favorite games to play, since I've always loved the Battlefield titles. However, since the game has its issues right now, it's probably not going to live up to like bigger games. I know EA wanted to kill Call of Duty Ghosts in sales, and I think Battlefield 4 sold about 8 million copies and Ghosts sold about 18 million copies. So this year, kind of when Call of Duty was the weakest, Battlefield didn't even show up to the fight, I guess you could say. But yeah, Titanfall, on the other hand, is regarded for like, or by most people, as the Call of Duty killer, because it's made by Respawn Entertainment, the guys who made the old Call of Duties, so the good ones. And yeah, like the I don't want to say the good ones, but you know what I mean, like they kind of created the whole franchise. So they definitely know how to make a fast-paced kind of arena type shooter, more or less. So again, this game is regarded as the Call of Duty killer by most people. However, there's one major issue which people like to overlook a lot, and Titanfall won't be coming out on PlayStation 3 and 4 probably, and this is probably Titanfall's major drawback, because it kind of splits the community a little bit. and not everyone will be able to play it. I mean, Respawn Entertainment said that they want everyone to enjoy their game and to play their game every time they were talking about the PlayStation release. Apparently it has been confirmed that there will be no PlayStation 3 or 4 version of Titanfall, at least not of Titanfall 1. So I guess if it comes to like a COD killer or something, neither Battlefield 4 nor Titanfall will be able to kind of take the new big spot in the, I guess, the sales department or the YouTube department. But yeah, to come back at the actual comparison, I would say that you can't really compare those two games. I mean, one is more for the bigger scale, one is more for the smaller scale, one is more about twitch aim reflexes, more of a arena type shooter, the other one is more about tactical gameplay and team play. So again, even though both of those games feature like the other's characteristics as well, they're focusing on different things. So I guess both of them will be fun shooters, and both of them will be really enjoyable. However, Battlefield really has to do something now, because there are many big other games out there now. Especially now in March, there are coming like lots of other games like Watch Dogs, Titanfall is coming out, and stuff like a Player Appreciation Month, where you're just getting like a battle pack, and really no one cares about battle packs, will not help. The game has to get to a better state. I know one of the DICE guys said that about in 5 months the game will be ready to play it and it will be the best FPS out there, but that might be too late already. So I think it's kind of a smart move, in case you didn't know, because Second Assault is coming out soon, the 18th of February, so in 4 or 5 days, depending on where you're living and watching this video, at kind of which point in time, I guess. And also they already confirmed the next DLC, which would be Naval Strike. And they're bringing back the Titan mode, so from Battlefield 2142, where it just had like those big flagships, and I really love that mode and I can't wait to play it again. Also, they're implementing 5 new weapons, which have never been seen before in a Battlefield title, apparently. So, once again, kind of a smart move, but we will see how it will turn out and which one will be the winner. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all for now, and this already wraps up this commentary. I would love to hear you guys' opinion on the topic, but I think that's pretty much all for now, so I hope you enjoyed the video. luckySkillFaker out.